If you're navigating life with diabetes, whether personally facing the challenges or as a devoted caregiver supporting a loved one, this video is thoughtfully designed to equip you with truly indispensable insights. We're on the verge of unveiling a collection of highly practical strategies and introducing 5 pivotal food items. When these are consciously and consistently integrated into your daily meals, they hold the remarkable potential to not only stabilize your blood sugar levels, but also, quite profoundly, pave the way for a complete reversal of your diabetes. So, without any further delay, let's delve deeply into the profound details of these 5 powerful dietary allies that can transform your health. The remarkable truth, often overlooked, is this: once you genuinely grasp the core mechanisms of diabetes, truly understanding its complex nature and the fundamental underlying reasons for its manifestation, you can begin to effectively manage your blood sugar levels in just a matter of days. Moreover, by diligently and consistently committing to the specific dietary and lifestyle routine we're about to outline, you unlock a very tangible and empowering opportunity to address diabetes at its fundamental physiological roots, potentially leading to its complete remission or even a full reversal. When we consume food, our body masterfully breaks it down into glucose and various other vital nutrients, primarily for the crucial purpose of energy extraction. However, this glucose can only fulfill its essential energy-providing function once it successfully enters the individual cells throughout our vast and intricate body. For glucose to effectively make its way into these cells, the hormone insulin plays an absolutely critical and non-negotiable role. You can vividly visualize insulin as the indispensable key, meticulously transporting glucose from the bloodstream and guiding it precisely into each cell, where it is then efficiently processed to generate the energy required for all bodily functions. Therefore, while glucose circulating in your blood is entirely normal and, in fact, absolutely necessary for life, its concentration must always be meticulously maintained within a healthy, tightly regulated range that our body is inherently designed to manage with precision. Under normal, healthy circumstances, a blood glucose level of approximately 100 milligrams per deciliter, mg/dl, is universally considered the ideal benchmark for optimal health and overall well-being. Even if this level temporarily rises to around 200 milligrams per deciliter after a meal, a healthy body typically possesses robust, built-in physiological mechanisms that can quickly and efficiently restore balance. The true and significant challenge, however, arises when these levels persistently approach or exceed a staggering 300 milligrams per deciliter. At this critical juncture, the body's natural regulatory systems become utterly overwhelmed and can no longer effectively cope with the metabolic demand. This alarming and dangerous situation occurs because such dramatically elevated glucose levels drastically amplify the demand for insulin production. While the pancreas may work tirelessly, striving to produce insulin to its maximum capacity, an inevitable physiological threshold is ultimately reached where it simply cannot generate sufficient insulin to manage the excessive glucose, leading to its persistent and dangerous accumulation in the bloodstream. When glucose accumulates in excessive amounts within the bloodstream, it causes the blood itself to thicken significantly, consequently impeding proper and smooth circulation throughout the intricate, vast network of blood vessels. This compromised, sluggish blood flow then deprives various vital organs, including the heart, kidneys, eyes, and nerves, of an adequate and consistent supply of oxygen and essential nutrients, ultimately leading to their severe dysfunction and progressive, irreversible damage over time. Moreover, consistently elevated glucose levels within the delicate blood vessels can act as a potent trigger for widespread chronic inflammation throughout the entire body, thus allowing diabetes to remain unchecked or consistently failing to keep it under optimal control dramatically elevates your risk for developing a multitude of other severe, potentially life-threatening health complications affecting nearly every system from cardiovascular health to neurological function. So, what then is the most effective and sustainable solution to this pervasive challenge? The primary objective is to strategically utilize the excess glucose currently circulating within your blood cells and bloodstream, thereby effectively reducing its dangerously high concentrations back to a healthy range. This crucial goal can be effectively achieved through two primary and interconnected pathways. Firstly, engaging in consistent, regular physical exercise that burns off glucose, and secondly, by intentionally consuming foods that inherently do not cause glucose levels in your cells and blood to surge dramatically. Unfortunately, a common and critical mistake many people make is relying exclusively on medication for diabetes management, while simultaneously continuing to consume foods with a high glycemic index, precisely the types of items we should be diligently avoiding. This short-sighted, often passive approach regrettably fails to address the fundamental root cause of diabetes. When you regularly indulge in unhealthy foods, especially those laden with simple sugars and refined starches, your glucose levels will inevitably spike. This, in turn, can cascade into increased levels of triglycerides, harmful LDL cholesterol, and undesirable fat deposits throughout the body, further worsening your condition and perpetuating the cycle of elevated blood sugar. Therefore, it becomes profoundly critical to understand that if your genuine desire is to not just manage but truly resolve diabetes and effectively mitigate its associated health challenges, you must absolutely prioritize adopting a truly healthy, balanced, and sustainable diet as the cornerstone of your strategy. And for those whose diabetes is often labeled as genetic or something that runs in the family, you might be relieved and empowered to discover that true genetic predisposition accounts for only about 10 to 15% of the overall risk. The overwhelming majority, in fact, depends directly on your everyday lifestyle choices and, most significantly, your fundamental dietary habits and patterns. This knowledge puts significant control directly into your hands. With that powerful insight in mind, what exactly should you be incorporating into your meals for optimal health and effective diabetes management? We're not going to overwhelm you with an exhaustive list today. Instead, we are focusing on presenting just 5 truly essential food items that have a profound impact. By mindfully incorporating these into your daily diet, you can see significant and tangible control over your blood sugar levels, and, as a powerful and transformative result, actively work towards the remarkable and achievable goal of potentially reversing your diabetes entirely. 1. Salad. The very first and foundational item you should integrate into your daily dietary routine is salad. If you find yourself at risk of developing diabetes, or if you're already living with it, it's absolutely crucial to cultivate the habit of consuming a substantial, vibrant plate of fresh, raw salad before both your lunch and dinner. Compelling research consistently suggests that strategically consuming salad before your main meal can play a profound role in mitigating the often problematic and rapid post-meal blood sugar spike. This strategy proves incredibly effective primarily because the salads we typically enjoy are composed of fresh, raw vegetables, rather than their cooked counterparts, which often have different and less favorable metabolic effects. Raw vegetables generally boast a lower glycemic index, GI, compared to many cooked foods. A lower GI signifies that the glucose derived from your meal is released into the bloodstream at a much slower more controlled, and sustained pace, thereby effectively preventing rapid and potentially dangerous blood sugar surges. Additionally, consuming salad before a meal naturally helps to satiate your hunger more quickly, contributing to a feeling of comfortable fullness that lasts longer, which can also aid significantly in portion control for the subsequent meal. Be sure to include nutrient-rich, fibrous vegetables such as crisp cucumber, vibrant carrots, and crunchy cabbage in your pre-meal salad for maximum health benefit. For those who may not prefer raw vegetables, lightly steaming them is also a perfectly acceptable and highly beneficial option, preserving many of their nutritional advantages and helping to maintain a lower GI. We also strongly recommend incorporating raw onion into your pre-meal routine due to its remarkable and potent properties. You can either include it directly in your salad or consume it separately. Both methods offer significant benefits. Studies have convincingly demonstrated that for individuals with diabetes, consuming just 100 grams of raw onion before a meal can lead to a substantial reduction in blood sugar levels by as much as 40 points in a mere 4 hours, showcasing its powerful and beneficial effect on glucose metabolism. Du barleio. The second highly recommended food item for individuals effectively managing diabetes is barley, known as jao in some regions, particularly in South Asia. If we consider the prevalent diets in many Asian populations, wheat and white rice often stand out as dominant staples, forming a significant portion of daily caloric intake. White rice, in particular, has a well-known tendency to cause a very rapid and pronounced increase in blood sugar levels due to its inherently high glycemic index. Modern wheat, often extensively hybridized or treated with pesticides, may also not deliver the same robust health benefits as older, traditional varieties, especially for those managing diabetes. We therefore strongly advise individuals with diabetes to minimize or, ideally, completely avoid these specific grains from their daily diet. Instead, consider making the beneficial and impactful switch to barley flour and other barley-based products. Research consistently indicates that incorporating barley into your diet can actively help to lower blood sugar levels, primarily because barley possesses a significantly lower glycemic index compared to most other common grains, leading to a more gradual release of glucose. Try replacing your usual wheat-based flatbread with barley flatbread for just a few days, and you will likely observe a noticeable and positive improvement in your blood sugar levels and overall energy. Furthermore, consider substituting white rice with various millets, such as foxtail millet or pearl millet, which are also excellent, health-conscious choices renowned for their effective blood sugar management properties and rich nutrient profiles. Trois fruits. Thirdly, make a conscious and deliberate effort to include fresh, whole fruits as a regular, enjoyable, and healthy part of your daily diet. However, there are a few vital considerations to keep in mind for optimal management. Aim to consume only one seasonal fruit at a time to simplify digestion and absorption, and exercise caution to avoid overeating very sweet fruits, such as overly ripe bananas or luscious mangoes. While you can certainly enjoy these sweeter options in moderation, do so with mindfulness and consistently monitor your blood sugar levels, as they can sometimes trigger significant glucose spikes if consumed in excessive quantities. Moreover, diabetic patients should unequivocally steer clear of fruit juices. It is invariably better and significantly more beneficial to consume the whole fruit. This is because the natural fibers abundantly found in whole fruits are extraordinarily helpful for slowing down sugar absorption and managing blood sugar, and their intrinsic natural sugars are considerably less detrimental to your health than the highly refined, processed sugars and concentrated sweeteners often found in fruit juices. The fiber content in whole fruits acts as a natural buffer, preventing rapid glucose surges. 4. Healthy fats. Fourth, actively incorporate healthy, beneficial fats into your diet as a strategic component for blood sugar control. Every meal we consume provides us with essential macronutrients, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are metabolized the fastest by our body, which often leads to rapid and often undesirable increases in blood glucose levels. Fats, on the other hand, are metabolized at a much slower pace. This characteristic is highly beneficial for stabilizing and effectively managing blood sugar levels because they help slow down the absorption of carbohydrates from your meal, preventing sudden spikes. Therefore, to effectively keep your blood sugar in check, you should strategically reduce your intake of starchy and sweet foods while simultaneously increasing your consumption of healthy fats. Excellent sources of these beneficial fats include nutrient-dense almonds, cashews, flax seeds, chia seeds, and pure coconut oil or fresh coconut itself. When you experience hunger pangs, especially in the evening, reaching for a handful of these healthy, satiating snacks is a far superior choice to sugary alternatives like cookies or candies. Regarding cooking oils, it is always best to avoid highly refined vegetable oils, which are often heavily processed, stripped of their natural nutrients, and can become inflammatory. If at all possible, opt for oils that have been freshly extracted and minimally processed, such as cold-pressed oils like olive oil or groundnut oil, to maximize their inherent health benefits and preserve their integrity. Processed oils often contain numerous additives and undergo significant alteration during manufacturing, which can be detrimental to your overall health and may exacerbate inflammation, particularly for individuals already grappling with diabetes. 5. Whole lentils and legumes. Finally, among the array of foods that demonstrably aid in lowering and stabilizing blood sugar, whole lentils and legumes stand out as incredibly beneficial and potent additions to your diet. You should always opt for whole, unpeeled lentils over their split and skinned, more processed counterparts. The reasoning is straightforward and impactful. Whole lentils are significantly richer in essential dietary fiber, which helps regulate digestion and absorption, and also contain a higher proportion of protein compared to their processed, split counterparts. Both fiber and protein are crucial for effective blood sugar management because they slow down glucose absorption and contribute to satiety. Incorporating nutrient-dense options like black chickpeas, known as kala chana, and whole green gram, or sabat mung dal, into your daily meals can profoundly assist in the crucial and ongoing task of controlling your blood sugar effectively and sustainably. Now consider this powerful proposition and call to action. If you commit to diligently adopting this recommended dietary regimen for just 1 week, combined with a commitment to 20 to 30 minutes of regular physical exercise each day, you can anticipate seeing tangible and positive improvements in your blood sugar levels within mere days. By consistently adhering to this holistic, sustainable, and empowering routine, you can even actively work towards the remarkable possibility of potentially reversing your diabetes entirely, reclaiming your health and vitality for a brighter future. Thank you for tuning in today and for generously dedicating your valuable time. We sincerely hope you found today's video both deeply informative and incredibly helpful in your personal health journey. If you enjoyed what you watched and found it beneficial, please give it a thumbs up and kindly consider sharing it with others who might also benefit immensely from this vital information. And if this is your very first time visiting our channel and you haven't yet subscribed, we warmly invite you to join our growing community now. We eagerly look forward to connecting with you and sharing more valuable insights in our next video. Until then, take great care of yourselves and stay well.